Suffice it to say, that was a fairly intense practice. One thing about meditation that we should also be aware of, and we should caution you against attempting to do, is too much, too soon, too often, because you will burn out. If you try doing the meditation that we did today, if you've never meditated before, or you've only sort of half-heartedly meditated, maybe half an hour, 20 minutes at a time, that type of thing, if you try doing the meditation that we did today every single day for an hour or more, you will burn yourself out. Give yourself time. Work your way up. Don't ever put a clock on your meditation like many people do. They say, I'm going to meditate for 30 minutes, and they set a timer. Don't do that. You don't need that. At the same time, many of us will feel at times when we're meditating that we are being kicked out of our meditation. It really does feel that way, that we're being kicked out. Look at a clock. Have a clock handy so that if you feel as though you're being kicked out of your meditation, someone's telling you that's enough for today. And you look at the clock and you notice that it's exactly half an hour, or exactly 45 minutes, or exactly 60 minutes. There's a good chance that that's it. You're done for the day. It's that your innermost being was saying, okay, that's enough for today. Because meditation takes energy. Meditation takes tremendous effort. And if you spend too much time in meditation, you won't have energy. You won't have concentration and focused attention left. Especially if you meditate in the morning, you can burn up and use all your creative energy meditating in the morning, and then you have nothing to work with the rest of the day. You can't do your self-observation or self-remembering throughout the rest of the day. You can't harness anything that you learned in meditation or any of the abilities that you cultivated in your morning meditation the rest of the day. In the same way that if you spend all of your energy on all sorts of frivolous activities during the day, you won't have energy at night to meditate. It's the same thing. We have to manage our energy because we only have a limited amount of energy to work with each day. But if you've only been meditating for 10 minutes or 15 minutes and get booted out, or you get booted out arbitrarily in no particular time, or it's likely that you might have been on the verge of some breakthrough in meditation and an ego was kicking you out. So this is another test of discernment, our capacity to know where the motivation is coming from and what is the source of this or that impulse. If we're being booted out of meditation because our innermost is saying that's enough, or if we're being booted out of meditation before it's enough, and no one can tell you which is which. We can only give you general guidelines, and we can tell you that both instances do occur. Depends on your situation in terms of your path and in terms of your development and your journey. If what's important to you now is to be in meditation for as long as possible, or if you have other things that you need to be able to do and you can't spend all your time and energy in meditation, but also if you're on the verge of a breakthrough and there are entities inside of you that don't want you to have that breakthrough, they're going to be trying to prevent you from having it. And so prematurely having the urge to end your meditation could be a sign that you are on the brink, you're just on the verge, on the edge of a samadhi, or of some comprehension, or some other experience, some other insight. These are all facets and aspects of the practice that people never talk about. And the reason why people never talk about them, because people very rarely actually meditate. They get to the point where they begin meditating and they decide, okay, I quieted my mind, I did what my meditation was meant to do, and now I'm done. And we're not going to belabor this point unnecessarily, but we all know, or we should know by now, certainly after today, that quieting the mind is not the goal of meditation, and it's not the end of meditation. Certainly, we hope after today, you know that there are levels and levels and levels and levels and levels and levels and levels upon levels and levels, and that there are Buddhist monks, for example, that have been meditating for decades, for many hours a day, And for all night, they meditate in the astral plane for 8 hours while their body sleeps. And many of them have never reached the end of their meditative journey. So anyone who claims that their meditation journey is over and they don't need to meditate anymore, they are just, as we said, fooling themselves and deceiving others.